Hello there. Welcome back to another race moment, the most recent one in Singapore. Singapore Sting. Team must score at least 33 points. So we're going to be playing as Mercedes, the Rebels on the back foot in Singapore. Mercedes stands a rare chance for glory. Midway through the race, they find themselves in second and fourth. Now they must decide when to push while navigating a treacherous track that could easily lead to another safety car or DNF. Can you make the right calls to achieve a momentous result for Mercedes? So 33 points, 18 plus 15, 33. We need a second or third, or, a first and something else. It is what it is. So here we are, Alonso penalty. In terms of where we are here. We have Norris between our cars. We are on fairly fresh hards here. And let's just quickly have a look at what we have available to us. We have some older softs. We have a fresh medium. And for Hamilton here, he also has a little bit of an older soft and a fresh medium. So we do have some options. First things first, let's go into the strategy plan here and see what we can actually do. Unfortunately, I'm a bit unsure where these cars will actually end up if we do push them aggressively. But can we push them to lap 47? Probably. And if we can't, we can just slide up a little bit on this medium stint. That's going to be the plan here. We go full attack, then we jump onto a medium stint till the end. Full attack that one too. Or, we go a little bit aggressive, but we are going to be doing a bit of an aggressive one. Both cars should have around the same amount of tire, usability left. So we'll just put both up to attack immediately. And honestly here, we don't really need to overtake Sainz or Norris. But it would be nice to get a little bit of a gap. Perez and Verstappen are, of course, on older tires. This does feel a bit lazy, though, to just put everyone on the exact same, durability. But let's be fair, during the race, every car did pit at the same time. But seeing that Verstappen and Perez were on the same tire for, the entirety of the race, this does seem a bit lazy. But that is how it is sometimes. We will be focusing on Russell, focusing on Hamilton, and we don't really have any gaps here that will allow for an easy pit stop. So if we are going to go aggressive here on these hards, we are going to have to create that gap for ourselves. And that is exactly what we'll be aiming for here with Russell in particular. We'll be giving him a full deploy. And Hamilton here is already fighting with Norris with that extra bit of push. But again, we're going to need a little bit more than that, because if we are to pit again, which is what we're going to be trying here, is that we're going to be... Sorry about that. Someone tried to call me on Steam. I don't know. I don't think the recording picked it up, but if it did, we'll deal with that. For now, though, we are up into first. We have Hamilton in second here. Do want to deploy, though, to get away from Norris. And if we can here with Russell, we'd like him to get away from Sainz. And it looks like we can pull that somewhat off here with the gaps that are currently being created. We're just going to go with the aggressive strategy. Again, apologies for that little bit of annoyance there in the middle. Again, I'll just have to take a look at that. Probably beat myself, because I did come up with some swear words. But Russell, running first now, has created a gap with Sainz. Just have him run kind of as he is. Hamilton will do the same here. We, honestly, as long as Russell wins, we're fine. But of course, we'd like to create some gaps here to make our lives a little bit easier, particularly if we are planning to pit. And for Hamilton, the key to creating that gap is going to be to just get by the Ferrari. And looks like we are going to potentially get that done fairly quick. See, now Hamilton is looking for the move. So what we could do is take a risk. He does have high confidence, so give him a high overtake possibility. It is the RS7 after the RS7 right now, so that should make it a lot easier for him. He does pull it off, put him back to low overtake aggressiveness. And we do now have a tiny bit of an issue in the sense that, well, we run out of energy, for one. In terms of fuel, we can probably pull it to a negative half a kilogram or so and still be okay. We might need to go a little bit safer towards the end. But it should be doable, and with a little bit of help here from Russell, I can definitely see Hamilton and Russell, for that matter, pull away from the rest of the cars further behind. And that should make the game a lot easier for all of us. Well, for me, basically. But the gap has been formed. Currently, if we look at the reports here for the circuit, 0-second pit time loss. I don't believe that. Let's see here. Time consideration, 27 seconds. So we do need a lot of time to make this work. If we were pitting out, we'd come out basically behind Lawson. But we still have a lot left in these tires, so we shall continue pushing. And again, we don't really need to do anything at this point. We are pushing as hard as we can. We will allow fuel to go down to about 0.5 kilogram in deficit. And I think that should be good enough. Hamilton has overtaken Russell on his own and is pulling away from him. Basically kind of what we were expecting to see during the race. Tire-wise, we're still looking good. It is degrading pretty quick, but even then, it's not bad. We could potentially stretch these tires all the way to the end if we really want to. But as you can see here, we already have gaps to Gasly, Ocon. The main thing here is, of course, going to be to catch Sainz and Leclerc again. And honestly, with a fresh medium in a few laps' time, I don't think that's going to be an issue. We could even stretch these hards a little bit longer and go onto a soft tire. Right now, our lap times are, for Hamilton here, a second, almost 2 seconds quicker. No, sorry, just over a second quicker. And it's the same here for Russell down to Sainz. So with that in mind, just push as much as we can. Every second we gain is, you know, value we can add later. Because once we go in the medium and push, that's going to be even way faster than this. And we'll be getting more than a second a lap. So looks like we're just about going to make it with this strategy. And again, in the current edition of F1 Manager, aggressive strategies are going to be the best strategies. There's just no way around that. It's just the reality of the situation. For now, though, I think we can go up to 16x. It's a little bit cheesy, but let's face it, there's nothing that's really happening right now. We could watch Hamilton and Russell go in circles, but I think I just would prefer to speed things along and see where we actually do end up once we get closer to the pit stops here. We are in the pit stop window. I am going to stretch these tires for a lap or two more because they have been starting to fall off. And we are going to do a double stack here. Leclerc pits. We can imagine that Sainz is going to do the same. And more importantly, we have the gaps to allow for a double stack, number one. But secondly here, we have the gap where the only car that will be coming out behind, unless we have a pit stop error, is Sainz for Hamilton and Alonso for Russell. So that should still allow us to get the points that we need. Hamilton, Russell, neither has problems during the pit stops. We come out in second and fourth. But as I said, with these fresh tires versus half-worn hards, I think we can expect to basically fly this one till the end. We can go full-on attack. And I'm curious to see now just how quickly that gap is going to become non-existent with Hamilton hunting down Sainz. And even with Russell here, you can see he is within the DRS zone. If we just harvest a little bit of DRS, I think he'll get the overtake done even while harvesting, but having energy to pull away from Alonso is going to be kind of critical. And last lap in now, 151. That is with the pit stop. Let's see what we set now, because we've been gaining, I think, 2, maybe 3 seconds on this lap alone. And I'm a little bit off here. We actually gained 3.5 seconds. So you can imagine then that as long as you have more than, not even 10 laps, 3.5 seconds, 27 seconds pit stop, it's enough that we can need 7 or just 8 laps to make up that time. So Russell here is kind of getting stuck right now behind, of course, Alonso. That's going to hurt his lap times quite a bit. But as long as we get past him, it's not really a problem. And it's the same here for Hamilton. We can just deploy. We are the quicker car, so we don't really have anything to worry about. So although we did use our entire ERS battery. So that's a bit of a shame. Hamilton didn't have much to begin with. Russell is up in third, running pretty good here. Hamilton gets the overtake done even while recharging. We can put him back to neutral. And again, we just need Hamilton to win. If Hamilton wins, this is basically already a done deal with Russell in third. So we're just going to speed things up here. I do believe, though, that Sainz is going to have to pit. Same for Alonso. Verstappen might actually get a bit of a better result here than he had in the actual race as a result. Because as you can see, he's just 28 seconds behind Hamilton. 24 seconds behind Sainz. And Sainz finally does pit. Let's see now where they actually end up. Verstappen does jump him in the pits. And Alonso is still one of those that do need to pit. Sainz should, as you can see, get Verstappen. happen without problem. And honestly now, as you can see, we have 14 seconds down to Norris. Unless Russell decides to crash like he did in reality, this should be a foregone conclusion. I think Norris might also be able to hold on to his position here unless Sainz gets by Norris. Sainz gets by Leclerc pretty quickly. So, yeah. Norris probably will not be able to hold on, and he wasn't. So yeah, pretty simple here. Again, probably could have played it a bit slower, but honestly, we'd just be watching our cars go circling and circling. The goal here, after all, is to just score 33 points. Instead, we get the maximum amount. I think we can be pretty happy with this one. Hamilton wins. Russell comes in second. And I believe that is the challenge done. He was very happy.
Congratulations to the team.
That is the challenge having reached its conclusion.
From Lewis Hamilton.
So yeah, a bit boring. Pretty simple if you just go for an aggressive strategy. But you can pull this off. We scored 44 points, 11 more than we needed. And yeah, we can be happy with that. Hope you still enjoyed this little challenge video. Again, just aggressive strategies are the key right now in F1 Manager if you want some simple progression, I guess you should say. And I hope you've enjoyed. Please like, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye.